The three biggest mistakes that network marketers make and how to fix them. Hi, my name is Russell Della Pena, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the three biggest mistakes that network marketers make and what you can do starting today to fix that and turn your business around and get it going in the right direction. But before I get into that, I want to share with you that at the end of this video, I'm going to be providing you a free book, a free access link that you can get in the description below this video that will allow you to learn the right way to build your network marketing business and frankly any kind of sales and marketing prospecting process, say that 10 times fast, that will allow you to grow your business in a way that's enjoyable for you and it's also enjoyable for your prospects so they don't feel like you are trying to ambush them and sell them something instead of having a genuine relationship, which is what network marketing is all about. Now let's dive into the biggest mistake, number one of the three. The first one is, of course, when you're first starting out, you might not have a marketing budget. You may not even know what marketing is. Of course, you're in network marketing, but you really may not have any experience in marketing at all. And so, what you're first taught is the most simplest way of getting your product or service out to the marketplace, and that is grabbing your cell phone and going through your contact list and hitting up people that you are friends with, or maybe they're part of your family. So, you're often taught really kind of to chase, beg, and plead your family to get a sit down belly to belly with you and so that you can present your product or service to them. The problem with that, of course, is they often feel like you are ambushing them and you really didn't want to grab a cup of coffee to chat and hang out. You really wanted just to ambush them so that you could present to them some kind of product or service. Now, don't get me wrong, they're, your mom, your dad, oftentimes will be your biggest supporters. You might have your best friend who's willing, sure, I'll sit down and learn about your product or service. But for the most part, if you started off by saying the actual truth and said, hey, I want to sit down with you belly to belly so I could sell you something, you probably would get very few sit downs. I remember years ago when I was in network marketing, I was in network marketing for about 6 years. And I was learning all of these different tactics and different ways to get people belly to belly. Now, I was pretty persuasive, so I was able to do it. But I realized that what I was doing was not very duplicatable. So what I was doing worked for me, but it didn't necessarily work for other people. And so I started to realize, hey, what is my upline doing? Well, they were finding clever ways to get leads for them on a consistent, predictable basis, whereas they were telling their downline to just keep going through their contact list or get into the contact list of somebody else. Yes, that does work. It can work, but it's not really a sustainable way to grow your business. Ultimately, as in the name, network marketing, you've got to learn marketing. You've got to learn how to get your business out to the masses and position yourself in a way where you're not having to chase, beg, or plead your friends and family to join your business, but instead have people coming to you. It makes your business so much easier and more enjoyable. And when people respect you, they're more likely to believe you and want to join and be a part of you. So the first biggest mistake is chasing, begging, and pleading your friends and family to join your business and sticking around in that spot and getting stuck there. It's not learning how to market your business, as in the name network marketing. Second mistake is not using a bridge. What I mean by that is oftentimes what network marketers are doing is they go to these big rah-rah sessions, right? They get really, really excited. I did that. I went to the big yearly convention. I went to the monthly conventions, the quarterly conventions. I went to all of these events and I got really, really excited about the opportunity, how big it was. You got the guys walking the stage, the gals walking the stage, and they are all sharing about their successes. And I knew I wanted that. Then you had some training and you learned how to better market your product or service. You got really in depth into the weeds of that. Well, the problem is that most people who are new do what we call technobabble. Technobabble is where they learn all of this technical aspects of their product and service. They go to a brand new person who's never even heard of their product or service and may have never even heard of them. And they vomit all of this information onto their prospect. Well, the prospect feels like they're getting a water hose to the face and feel like overwhelmed, right? And so a confused mind, we say, does nothing, or a confused mind doesn't buy, or a confused mind won't join your business. And so if you're overwhelming a brand new person who hasn't been going to all of these events, hasn't got into the weeds about your product and service, then you're just going to confuse them. They're ultimately not going to buy your product, or they're not going to join your business. So we use what we call an epiphany bridge. An epiphany bridge is when you share the epiphany that years ago when you got started, or months ago, however long it's been. What was the epiphany that you had, the aha moment that led you to join? So maybe you went to a event and you heard one thing that really just sparked the light in your head. It woke you up. It put the light bulb on. And it was the one thing that said to you, you know what, this is for me. When you use the epiphany bridge, you bridge people back to that one moment when you didn't know all the things that you know. You didn't have the techno babble installed into you. You weren't deep into the woods. You hadn't learned all the things that you have learned to this day. You were brand new. And so if you can bridge people back to that and share that story, if they have the same epiphany that you had, then they'll join your business because it'll be that one light bulb or aha moment for them. And so I remember going and vomiting everything that I knew and looking at the confused look that the person had. What exactly are you saying, Russ? I don't get what you're trying to tell me. And because they didn't get what I was trying to tell them, they didn't join the business because they were wanting to get away from me and not making a mistake. They have to go back to their spouse and say, yeah, I just spent all this money joining this business. I'm not even sure what I joined. It sounds like a scam. And then, oh, great Uncle Bob comes in and says, it is a scam. You just got ripped off. It's a pyramid scheme. You've been duped. And so it attacks the deepest, worst fear that the prospect just made, who just joined a business. They don't even know what they got involved in. So not using an epiphany bridge to keep things simple, to go to the emotion first that they got you started months back or years back, maybe a week back. There was one thing that really gave you that light bulb moment that made you want to join. So you want to tell that story. And if that person who's listening to you has that same epiphany, they'll join your business. So that's big mistake number 2. Big mistake number 3 is not following up. They say that the fortune is in the follow up. So if you don't have a follow up system or process, you don't have a fortune. Today, we use what are called autoresponders. They're an automated follow-up system, usually through email or through text, that allow us to follow up with a prospect that we talk to. Look, remember years ago, one of my mentors, he said, look, Russ, if you don't have a predictable, consistent pond to fish in of leads, meaning people that you can on a daily basis talk to, whether it's starting out with your contact list and then moving forward to learning marketing techniques through social media, etc. If you don't have a consistent, predictable pond to fish in, Russ, you're going to be struggling on a regular basis. Well, once I got a consistent, predictable pond to fish in, that meant that I needed to follow up with people that I first talked to, because they may not have remembered everything. They may needed a couple of more nudges or pieces of information. Maybe their spouse needed to talk to me, whatever it might be. They needed more nudges. They needed more touch points for me to share about my product or service, so that they can ultimately make a good decision and decide if this business opportunity or this product or service I was selling was a fit for them. And so if I was doing things right and did have a consistent, predictable pond to fish in, well, then I would have lots of leads to follow up with. But if I didn't have an automated way to follow up with them, then I was going to be leaving money on the table, as they say. I wasn't going to be able to serve as many people as I needed to, because I was not following up with them on an active basis. I was disorganized. I didn't have a system to do that. So today we talk about having an automated follow-up system. So for the first thing, we talked about chasing, begging, and pleading your friends and family to join your business. It's not a bad way to start when you're first starting out. I'm not necessarily against that, but it is an awkward thing. And if you're like most people that I talked to when I was in network marketing, they didn't want to badger their friends, family, and pet them and chase them around and try to, get them to join their business. So what you can do is leverage social media. You can provide value by asking questions and posting those questions. You can provide information that your company provides, or you can simply share your story and share what you're excited about that got you excited into the business by going back and using the solution to the second biggest mistake, which is the bridge, right? And so you can shackle the biggest mistake number 1, which is thinking that you're going to be chasing, begging, and pleading with friends and family on a regular basis, or somebody else's friends and family once you've kind of gone through your warm list, the first thing that you want to do is realize that you need to get this product or service that you're looking to sell or recruit into, this business opportunity, out to the masses. Of course, social media is a great way to do that. In fact, a real fast and easy way to do that is doing YouTube Shorts. If you can grab your phone and record a quick story about something that you enjoyed at one of the meetings that you went through, a quick aha moment that you had, and you can do it in about 55 seconds, you can upload that to YouTube. You can upload it to Instagram. You can upload it to TikTok as long as TikTok is still around. And you can get lots of free traffic to your page without having to pay anything for it. Because right now, at the time of recording this video, YouTube Shorts and any other kind of shorts that you can record with your phone are getting a lot of free traffic. And so it's a great way to get yourself out to the masses. If you don't like that, you can recommend is using social media, leveraging short videos. Just grab your phone and record yourself under a minute, sharing something, a nugget that you can share with your audience so that people can start to see you. And you can do this worldwide using shorts without paying anything. Number two is using technobabble, using information that people don't understand and vomiting all this information about your company or product or service all over them. Instead, use the Epiphany Bridge, where you can bridge people back to when you first got started, the aha moments that you had, and just tell that story. You can start off by saying, I remember when, and you'll be able to just kind of bring people back to that one moment, that one thing that you heard at one of the events that really kind of gave you that aha moment, like, wow, this is something that I want to be a part of. If the people that are listening to you have that same aha moment, they'll want to naturally join your business without you having to be salesy or pushy or pressuring them into doing it, because it'll be their decision. And biggest mistake number three was, of course, not following up. If the fortune's in the follow up, you've got to have a follow up system. I recommend using a simple squeeze page. It's just a one-page form that you offer something of value that can come from your company or it can come from you, a one-page document, usually what we call a lead magnet. And it's something that you would exchange somebody for their name and email address. You then have follow-up emails that would go out, and your company ought to have something like this. If it doesn't, by all means, comment below this video. Let me know. I'll help you with this. I'll guide you in that direction. But that allows you to have a sequence of emails that will go out on your behalf on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, that will follow up with people so that you can get as many people into this squeeze page. You squeeze them into it. It's a very simple one page, actually it's a two-page funnel. So the first page is just, let me give you this free checklist. It's one page. Let me give you this free cheat sheet, and it's about your business. And in exchange, they're going to give you their name and email address, maybe their phone number, ideally their phone number as well, assuming that the lead magnet is valuable. If you got any questions about that, again, mention that down below and I'll give you some ideas. And once they've done that, automatically a set of emails would go out that you would want to have pre-written that would follow up with people. This allows you to do and grow your business at scale. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, there is a free book down below that you can get. All you got to do is pay shipping, and that will give you all of the insider secrets on how to grow a network marketing business the right way, from Russell Brunson, a guy who's able to be number one in a couple of different companies, winning a Ferrari, etc., because he was able to leverage the internet instead of chasing, begging, and pleading friends and family to join his business. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video if you got value out of it. Make sure to comment as I'm in the next video. Thanks.